Nearly 20 years, over 100,000 lives, and trillions of dollars. Afghanistan will be Biden's Saigon. And salutations, my lovely little lunatics. It's me, your friendly internet psychopath Insanity, here with my co-host Bob. Hello. And today, on the Insane Report. Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, I remember when we first saw the towers get hit.
Yeah, it was first period in social studies class, and we watched it on TV.
Yeah, I still can't believe they actually showed us that.
Yeah, I remember. 6th grade? Yeah, 6th grade. It was weird. But, yeah, nearly 20 years. This September 11th would be the 20th anniversary. Oh, of all this mess. Now, it's all for nothing.
Yeah, we pretty much should have left after we got Osama.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we should have done, because that's the big thing about all this. What did people expect us to do? Continually stay there for all time?
Especially seeing as how everyone noped out the instant we left.
Yep. Just watching this. Watching this is absolutely insane. But, yeah, so the Taliban have completely retaken pretty much all of Afghanistan. It's over. The president left. Most of their security forces just noped the hell out. And you see all those pictures of all the guns that are being found. No, those are not really. Those are guns that we sold to the Afghan security forces. So they just left it all. They left the helicopters and all.
The videos of the poor people trying to hold on to a plane as it takes off.
Yeah, no. Seeing the tens of thousands of people trying to escape makes you realize that their government didn't do anything. They just expected to keep getting money from America and just have us stay there for all time and do the problems ourselves. Well, it all backfired horribly. Let's just jump, but first, before we jump into this, make sure to follow us on Locals,
Rumble,
Minds,
and PocketNet.
Also, if you feel a little bit generous, throw us some PayPal monies, or Bitcoin or Ethereum.
And make sure to like and subscribe. Anyways, let's get into this horrible, horrible mess.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. Boop. From the Daily Mail. Afghanistan's former president, Ashraf Ghani, who fled the country with a helicopter full of cash and 4 cars, is in exile in Oman, Russian sources claims. Speculation about the location of the former president of Afghanistan who fled the country is rife. Russian sources claim he is in exile in Oman, while early reports suggested he fled to Tajikistan. Taliban terror groups swept into the capital on Sunday after the U.S.-backed government collapsed. Reports of Al Jazeera later claimed that he had flown to Uzbekistan, citing his personal bodyguard. Ghazi's political rivals branded ex-Afghan president a coward for leaving the country in chaos.
Well, what can you expect? Weren't they going to people's homes and just murdering them?
Yes, I do believe that they were. We cannot sleep, and we are just waiting for the Taliban's families hide in terror as armed militants roam the streets of Kabul, and UN says targeted killings have already started.
Yep, they just go to your door, knock it in, and you're no more.
The Taliban seized all major cities in Afghanistan in a lightning sweep across the country that ended in Kabul. Taliban officials said they had received no reports of any clashes anywhere in the country and declared peace.
Peace through violence.
A mostly peaceful takeover. But local reporters suggest Taliban are going door to door in search of people with government associations. One father, named only Muhammad, told the Mail online he was hiding with his wife and 5 children. Another man, a journalist from Radio Free Europe, tweeted that the Taliban were searching for NGO workers. Kabul's first female mayor said she was waiting for the Taliban to come and kill her and her husband in their home. Western nations still working Monday to evacuate citizens from Kabul, with hundreds of soldiers deployed. At least 5 people were killed in Kabul airport on Monday as people desperately tried to flee the capital. Government forces collapse without the support of the U.S. military, which invaded in 2001 after the 9/11 attacks. It's almost been 20 years, and the instant we leave,
it all falls to pieces.
Yeah, that pretty much shows you that... I'm sorry, but they never expected us to leave.
They expected us to do the whole thing ourselves. That and just the blatant corruption.
For the guy to just like, oh, I'm taking all this money in the cars and I'm out. Bye. But let's get to the more sad part.
It gets worse?
Well, of course it does.
8 dead in Kabul airport chaos. Evacuation flights halted after U.S. soldiers shoot dead 2 armed Afghans while 3 are run over by taxi jets and more plunged to their deaths from fuselage. As UN say, Taliban have started targeted killings.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that video. God, it's one of those things where people always talk about first world problems and all.
Yes, like diversity.
Yeah, and my pronouns and all that. But here's the whole thing. All those people, especially the feminists screaming about female rights and how they're horribly oppressed, they would never go to these countries.
No, they never would. And some do.
To prove that everything's okay.
And then they get murked.
Yep.
U.S. troops are defending Kabul airport in Afghanistan from Taliban fighters who are fast encroaching. American troops killed 2 armed Afghan nationals on the airfield who had stormed to try and get on planes. 3 fell to their deaths after climbing into the fuselage of a C-17 jet in a desperate hope of holding on as the plane took off. The bloody bodies of another 3 Afghan nationals were left on the runway after the plane took off. Evacuation flights were temporarily halted on Monday as U.S. troops tried to regain control. They are believed to have resumed, but the Pentagon has not confirmed how many flights will take off. The State Department also won't confirm how many American citizens remain in Kabul. 30,000 Afghan refugees are expected to be flown to air bases in Wisconsin and Texas, but it's unclear when that will happen. President Joe Biden, whose silence has been deafening for days, will address the nation at 3:45 p.m. The UN says Taliban has started the targeted killings after promising not to breach human rights.
If you actually believe them, you're very much retarded.
Yes, they are. They're going door to door looking for people on their lists of enemies. Well, now, is the rescue mission even plausible anymore?
No, I really don't think so. At this point in time, I think it's just going to get the Americans out and then go, well, see ya.
Rescue mission impossible. U.S. takes over international evacuation from Kabul airport after Central Command held deconfliction negotiations with the Taliban, sparking fears that 30,000 Afghans seeking refugees could be left behind. Yeah, sorry, you're an Afghan. You're an Afghan. I hate to say it, but in all honesty, get our people out and sorry to the rest. If we can't get you out, you're not an American. Thousands are still awaiting evacuation from the airport in Kabul on Monday as scenes of chaos unfold. U.S. and NATO allies are scrambling to airlift their citizens as well as Afghan workers for their missions. Okay, now, this actually, yes.
People who did help us out and who are going to get murked, yeah, we should probably try and help them.
Yeah, 30,000. Wow, that's a lot.
Well, when you think about it, it is all of Afghanistan, all those people that helped us.
True, yeah, maybe. But yeah, let's hope we can get them out at least. Because yeah, no, they're doomed if they don't get out. U.S. Central Command heard General Frank McKenzie held direct talks with Taliban on Sunday. CENTCOM is believed to be overseeing the international evacuation after talking over air traffic control. Satellite photos show pandemonium as desperate Afghans storm the tarmac in an attempt to escape. All military and civilian flights were halted as U.S. military attempted to restore order and resume flights. Taliban have surrounded the airport in U.S.-issued Humvees and have cut off any movement in or out. Initial U.S. plans to evacuate tens of thousands of Afghans now appear to be unfeasible. But what does Biden think about all this?
Probably what type of soup he's going to have today.
Probably. Let's see what he says. I squarely stand behind my decision. Biden defends troop withdrawals and instead blames Trump. Afghan leaders and country soldiers for giving up to the Taliban, then doesn't take questions and flies back to Camp David. I saw that part. Yeah, I saw that. He just kind of, nope, I'm out. Yeah, now they're calling for the 25th to be enacted.
Yeah, no, it's over. He's done for.
He really is, especially because what was it? The leaked audio coming out of off the stuff going on at the border. That they can't stop it.
Yeah, no, if they, also, I think, aren't they going to bring back the Romania-Mexico thing?
I think they are, because they just need to at this point. President Joe Biden cuts his trip to Camp David short and returned to White House Monday to deliver remarks on Afghanistan. Biden was originally supposed to stay at Camp David until Wednesday as part of an August vacation.
You're the president. You don't get a vacation.
They do get a vacation, but at the same time, the fact that it was a couple days before he decided, you know what, I probably should go back and talk about this. Biden was being criticized for being out of sight as Afghanistan crumbled into chaos. Earlier Monday, a senior advisor was only able to say he would address the nation soon. Okay, I stand squarely behind my decision. After 20 years, I've learned the hard way that there was never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces.
Yep, they expected us to stay there forever.
Yeah, no, because here's the big thing. I'm sorry, but you've had 20 years that you could have built up your own stuff. But you didn't, because you expected big America to be there for all time. But no, the instant America leaves, it all goes to hell. The truth is, this did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated. So what happened? Afghanistan's political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed, sometimes without trying to fight. Yeah, they were literally just handing the guns over to the Taliban, like, here you go, don't kill me.
Yeah, what do you expect?
Yeah, when all the political leaders and all that just leave, I was like, I'm going to focus on myself. So I'm left again to ask of those who argue that we should stay, how many more generations of America's daughters and sons would you have me send to fight Afghanistan's civil war when Afghan troops would not, Biden said. Where was all this talk back when you were vice president? After we got Osama. That's when we should have left. Because, as you said, we never knew, nothing would have ever changed. But you stayed there and used the power we had to hopefully, what was it? Like, I don't know what they wanted out of all this.
Probably oil.
Yes, good old oil. But yeah, no, it's truly terrifying that all this has happened. And I feel very sorry for the Afghan people. Just like I feel bad for the Chinese individuals. The CCP is absolutely destroying them. Taliban has come back in full force. Oh, wait, yeah. The last thing let's talk about.
The costs. What are the costs of it all?
Okay. From U.S. News, the human cost. American service members killed in Afghanistan through April. 2,448. U.S. contractors, 3,846. Afghan national militia and police, 66,000. Other allied service members, including from, other NATO member states, 1,144. That's actually, there we go. Afghan citizens, 47,245. Taliban and other opposition fighters, 51,191. Aid workers, 444. Journalists, 72. And what was the cost of it all? Estimated amount of direct Afghanistan and Iraq war costs that the United States has debt financed as of 2020, $2 trillion. Estimated interest cost by 2050, $6.5 trillion. So, nearly 20 years, well over 100,000 people, and eventually $6.5 trillion. That doesn't include all the people that are going to die now that the Taliban are back and are pissed off. Because, a lot of people running on those tarmacs, there were a lot of guys, because here's the big thing. I know people that have no idea. They weren't alive for the fall of the towers.
Yeah, no, think of all the people who are there now who have grown up with America being there, keeping things somewhat civil. They're now going to have to go back under full Taliban rule.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be awful. I don't know. It's one of those things. Once again, personally, I thought we should have left a long time ago because it was obvious nothing was going to happen. They were just going to keep taking our money and assistance and all that stuff, and instead of focusing on our own problems, where we could have easily think about, like, I think, because $2 trillion, cut it off at 2010. That would have been another $1 trillion we didn't have to spend, or we could have spent making our country better. And that's where we need to focus now. We need to focus on ourselves. We need to focus on China helping Taiwan, because especially they have a lot of our tech production.
No, yeah, we definitely need to bring as much of that back as possible.
But yeah, anyway, that's going to be the end of this little video. If you like this video, then check the like button and subscribe for more.
Insanity.
And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.